We have a nasty wind this morning and it's cold. It's freezing cold. I think at night we had frost. So it is time to go south. We go now to Nogales. I think we stay the night over there somewhere, and tomorrow morning early we are going to Mexico. Here we are coming to the border. That's it. Goodbye, United States of America.
Bienvenidos a Mexico. We are now in Mexico.
We came here to a town called Hermosillo, it's about 350 kilometers south of the border of Arizona, and is the first bigger town in Mexico. We stayed here a full day in a hotel. Finally, the hotel prices are somehow decent and payable, and we tried to organize some stuff like change the money, the remaining dollars we had, trying to get a SIM card so that we have internet. So what are we doing now? We are going to drive further south to that butterfly forest. We really want to see that, and it's the best season now. It is about 1,200 kilometers something. So I guess we are going to reach there within 2, 3, 4 days. Let's see. No hurry. So today we are moving nicely south. I think today we make about 500 kilometers. And soon we're gonna reach Los Mochis, where we stay overnight. Now it feels good that we left the United States. Not that I don't like the States, but now I really enjoy that we are moving towards south, that we continue this long journey on the Americana. And then I have to say, crossing the border into Latin America, that is quite a step. Suddenly, the culture is very different, everything is very different, now the mentality of the people is different, and lucky, the food is also different, isn't it? We came here to the city of Guadalajara, an old town founded by the Spanish conquistadores in the year 1542. Imagine. And let's have a look around a little bit. The landmark of the city is the Catedral de Guadalajara. They started building that in the year 1548.
ไปดูข้างในกันเจ้า ของเมืองนี้นะเจ้าเป็นอาหารเม็กซิกันชื่อร้านคือคนอ้วน
I just got recommended carne and su jugo. That looks yummy, man. Look at that plate, man. For you. And that's what I got as a starter. Happy?
very happy
Look at that food, man. After 1.5 years in North America. That is food. Yeah, man. And it's Christmas time. The whole city center is decorated. Isn't it beautiful? Another landmark of Guadalajara are Los Dos Templos. We're gonna have a short look to that, but after that, enough city. We are longing for some landscape and nature.
Finally, we are back in the nature. Look at that. That's where we belong. And there are a lot of hot springs in this region. So, let's go and dip ourselves in the pool.
Here we are finally in the Monarch Butterfly Sanctuary, which can be considered as one of the wonders of our world. This tiny little animal flies every year the incredible distance from Canada down here to Mexico to overwinter. And there are millions of butterflies in that piece of forest alone. Wow! We came to Tula, not far from Mexico City, and here we find on our way the first site of the Mesoamerican cultures. This pyramid here is from the Toltec area, and that was roughly about 700 to 1100 something, clearly pre-Columbian. Let's have a look around, man. We saw it, that's it. Now we are going down to the beach, to the Caribbean. Yo man, wicked. What can I say, man? Coconut palm trees, Caribbean, behind me the beach, the Gulf of Mexico. Think we're gonna stay a couple days here, maybe even the rest of our lives. Here, America got a completely new face. To be honest, we didn't expect any of this when we drove down from the Altiplano where Mexico City is. It is simply amazing how the landscape, the flora and the fauna changed into something completely tropical. Think we're gonna stay a couple days here over Christmas, maybe New Year. Let's see, anyway there are vacation, lots of people is on the road, and after that we are going further down south. We want to see Yucatan and all those Maya pyramids down there. Lots of histories coming up, jungle, palm trees, more beaches. Since 2 weeks we are hanging around at this absolute cozy spot here at the Gulf of Mexico. What can I say? We camp over coconut palm trees. The beach is nothing but 20 meters away. This is simply paradise. For the moment, we enjoy the life here. We cook some yummy food, hang around, have some strolls at the beach early morning. Maybe we stay for the rest of our life here. What happened? Did we lose our desire to travel? Is this the end of our trip? We're going to tell you.
Sie sagen in dem Dialekt, ich habe fest Freude. Ayenti, Ayenti.
Die sind ja beliebt.
Ja.
Non si olviden del deseo, che.
Eso, elegante.
Finally, after 16 or 17 days at the Coco Loco Beach in Casitas, we are on the move again. Feels good, isn't it?
Yeah, it was so wonderful there at Martin's camping.
Beautiful, really beautiful. Love it there. But now it feels good to be on the road again and move. So, what's coming up? We are now crossing to the other side of Mexico, to the Pacific, to the region of Puerto Escondido, and from there we want then go further south, probably along the coast, going to visit Chiapas, Campeche, Yucatan, and then continue into Central America, Belize, Guatemala, Salvador, Honduras. Yeah, man. Incredible, that is thick jungle.
Yeah,
Wow.
a little bit feeling of Amazonas.
Steaming jungle, man, that is so impressive. You notice there are more and more needle trees around, like those ones here. Now we are over 1100 meters. Where's the road here? Such a thick fog. And the road itself, holy cow. It's incredible, a completely different world. Now we are nearly on 2,400 meters above sea level. A couple kilometers ago, steaming jungle, and up here, dry, dry, dry. Traveling through Mexico and camping is not that easy like in the States. Boondocking, you shouldn't do it. There are nice mountain regions. We see lots of mountains and that would be beautiful to camp up there. But all the locals tell us, don't go up into the mountains for camping. Dangerous. Don't do it. What's left? Campgrounds, hotels, and sometimes you have to stay the night over on a parking lot, as we do tonight. What's the name of the town? Yeah, exactly. We have to see that one moment. Here we have it. Tehuacan. We just asked the police, they are patrolling here, and they say absolutely safe to stay overnight here. They got cameras everywhere, so at least they can watch then how we get robbed. once we left the car at the hotel and we take a taxi into the center. We are in the city center of Oaxaca. Absolutely cozy here, these centers with those plazas and churches everywhere. Lots of history, lots of culture. Really beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Now, the first thing we are going to see is La Catedral de Oaxaca. They started to build that in the year 1535. Let's go and have a look. And one thing you shouldn't miss in Oaxaca is the Old Town, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. What are we eating?
I have no idea what it calls, but looks delicious.
Jamaica, muy rico. Don't know exactly what it is, but man, that's delicious. That's the dessert. What is it?
I don't know. I think it is guava rice pudding or jelly.
Try it. You try first and then we see.
Interesting.
Latte, mole, café. ¿Qué le vendo?
We're walking here in the market 20 de noviembre. made it to the Playa Agua Blanca at the Pacific. Yeah man, beautiful place here, really beautiful. Obviously, we are not tired of traveling. We go on and on and on. We just rested now for a day here on a beautiful campground up there. But tomorrow morning we drive further south. Soon we are going to enter to Chiapas, follow then along the border of Guatemala to Campeche and Yucatan, and so on and on and on and on. See you soon down there in Chiapas. Yo!
มันติดพอดีเจ้ามันเป็นสินค้าพื้นเมืองของคนอินเดียนะเจ้ามาดูกันเตอร์มีงานฝีมือนักเลยเจ้าปะ
So here we are, that beautiful city, and instead of doing some sightseeing, we are in bed and sick. Don't know where we catch them, but we catch somewhere a cold or a flu, and since 3 days now we are really weak and having cough, and even one day with quite some fever. But we are getting better. Now it's getting better slowly, slowly. We were recovering already quite well. So we said to ourselves, be happy, it could be worse. So we were happy and it got worse. After that cold, it was Montezuma's revenge which hit us. 2 long days with fluids coming out of every body opening. I think it was that yummy looking breakfast. That one kicked our guts into the desert, man. But before we were hit by that food poisoning, we were able to walk around a little bit in that beautiful town. Have a look to that. Although we haven't seen much of San Cristobal, tomorrow we continue. In between Mexico and Guatemala, the border of Guatemala is just about 100 kilometers further southwest. There is a huge jungle, that's what we want to see. But we are not entering Guatemala yet, we follow its border and cross then into the state of Tabasco, further to Campeche, Yucatan. Lots of history coming up, lots of culture. Cooking.
Boy rice.
Oh yeah, that's good. Good for our guts after all this tragedy we suffered. A good rice soup. And what do you put inside?
Rice, shiitake, carrots, and spring onions. Bouillon, of course.
And some fish in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all the goodies.
This place here calls Paraíso Escondido, the hidden paradise. So we consider ourselves really lucky that we even found it, innit? The main thing is a waterfall, Catarata de las Nubes, the waterfall of the clouds. This is an absolutely amazing place. Wow, we are really speechless about that place. That is so beautiful. Just up here, that river bursts out of the mountain and creates a whole field of cataratas. this place here, that Paraíso Escondido with that waterfall, wow, is that a beautiful place. To be honest, one of the most beautiful places we saw in whole Mexico. Whenever you travel through this region, that's the place you have to go. Now we continue a little bit, we do a little detour before we continue then along the border of Guatemala, and we want to drive through some jungle. Today we just drove about 100 kilometers to the village Reforma Agraria at the Lasatun River. That's an awesome place. The cruiser is parked on a small campground in the garden. Lots of flowers around, and in the trees up there are aras. Never seen that in my life. That is so awesome. And at the other side of the river is an incredible jungle. Hundreds of kilometers dense jungle. And listen to that sounds out of that forest. Man, that sounds scary, isn't it?
Doesn't sound inviting.
No, not at all, man. But what a beauty, such forest. What a beauty.
Pure nature. Never seen such a nature in my life before.
And by the way, on the campground they told us we can swim in the river, but we shouldn't swim here where the water gets muddy. We should swim there at the beach where it is a bit rocky, because if the water gets muddy, we don't see how the crocodiles are coming. No joke, that's true. Now, to be honest, we don't swim at all.
No. Absolutely not.
That's not for us, man. And maybe you ask yourself, what caused this tremendous noise in that jungle? We found out a couple days later and we'll tell you. Since so long on our bucket list, Palenque, the ruins of that Maya city-state in southern Mexico. The Palenque ruins date from roughly 220 before Christ to about the 8th century, where the culture and the city perished. And although Palenque is just a medium-sized site, smaller than Tikal, Chichen Itza or Copan, it contains some of the finest architecture of the Mayas.
What's in here? The tomb of the princess. This morning we left Palenque and we are already in Tabasco. We stay here overnight at the Pemex gas station. Once in a while that's convenient and no problem. So now, I still owe you an answer. What was that hellish sound coming out of the jungle? Those are the so-called howler monkeys. When I heard that the first time, I thought this is a sound straight out of hell, to be honest. But meanwhile, it has become quite common to hear that wherever there is some pristine and virgin jungle around, there are howler monkeys shouting around like mental. Tomorrow morning we continue further up to the coast of Campeche. We will visit Yucatan and so on and on. Yesterday morning we left Etzna. Etzna, very interesting ruins, as interesting as Palenque, I'd say, but much less touristic and much less tourist business therefore. So I felt better there.
Personally, I prefer Etzna than Palenque.
Yeah, I would say so too. Well, I'm happy that we saw Palenque. So we did it, but it's okay now. Man, finally some off-road here, eh?
Yeah, indeed.
That long time I haven't used 4x4. We spent then last night at the beach in Celestun. Celestun is famous for flamingo watching, but can you believe we haven't seen a single flamingo there, because in that season they are somewhere else. But there at the coast it is so hot, it is getting now hot everywhere in Yucatan. Temperature rise every day to 30-35 degrees, it gets really hot. So we came in the region of Merida, and here are a lot of cenotes. We look for one where we can bath now, cool down a little bit in that heat, and also stay overnight. Let's see. Take care, huh? It's really
Quite slippery today.
deep down into the
Where are you, man? Look at that.
And then live vest is mandatory here in this cenote. Wow!
Look where we are, man. Oh. Look at you, man. Now here we visit another cenote. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce those names they have here. It's Maya language, but they're gonna write it down.
It's long name.
That one is huge, incredible.
Yeah.
It's quite open, it's not a cave like the other one we have been. Wow, let's go and swim. That's beautiful.
It
How
is.
up there a heat unbearable and down here nicely fresh. The water is absolutely amazing. Up to 23 meters deep, and you can see every detail down underground. Crystal clear water. So this cenote was awesome, really awesome. Very beautiful. Actually, we just planned to stay a day here. Now it's already the second, maybe a third.
Yeah.
Let's see. But now we go back to the camp and cook some yummy food.
Yes.
Hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm
Yeah.
starving.
Me too.
After all that swimming.
According to our plans, we should be already somewhere around Cancun or even further south along the Caribbean coast. But sometimes things go different. We have kind of a family emergency which we are going to attend for the next 2 weeks. Now actually we just hang around 3-4 days here in Progreso. The beach here isn't very tempting, to be honest. There's a good hotel here and we hang out for a couple days until we have a flight out of Cancun. What is coming next? At beginning of March we are back in Cancun, and then we go quite straight down to Belize. We want to visit Guatemala, San Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica we want to see, of course, and we go then to Panama to set over to Colombia. I guess we're gonna have maybe 1 or 2 months until we are in Panama.
That's it for the moment, and see you next clip.
Yeah, that's it.